Hello guys, hope you're all keeping well. My name is Saheed and I welcome you to our Visa Pathfinders channel. If you're new here, we're glad to have you as we largely discuss how you can migrate to countries such as the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the European Union, among other countries. And this is for the purposes of study and work. And mostly what we're trying to target is to ensure that you can actually do all of this by yourself. And if that interests you, really what we would say is for you to hit the subscribe button, like and share our videos. And however, for our returning subscribers, we'd like to thank you very much for staying with us and welcome back to this channel. We shall be discussing about the internationally trained medical graduates who plan to practice in Canada as physicians. There are several steps you can take to get started on the path to licensure. What are those steps? What do we need to do? In the first instance, in order to practice in Canada as a physician, you need to obtain the licentiate of the Medical Council of Canada, which is referred to as the LMCC. The Medical Council of Canada, which is the MCC, plays an important role in the assessment of physicians in Canada. The MCC, however, does not confer licenses to physicians. This responsibility rests with the provincial and territorial medical regulatory authorities. So the MCC literally grants a qualification in medicine known as the Licentiate of the Medical Council of Canada, LMCC, to medical graduates who have met the established criteria. The LMCC is not a license to practice medicine. It is part of the Canadian standard, which defines the set of requirements physicians need to meet in order to apply for a full license to practice medicine independently in Canada. When a candidate has satisfied the various requirements set by the Medical Regulatory Authority, which is the MRA, the final step towards licensure is to submit an application for the medical registration to that MRA. So what are your steps to take to get started on the path to licensure? So your step number one is to confirm that your medical degree is recognized in Canada. So how do you do that? What you need to do is confirm your school of medicine is recognized in Canada by accessing the World Directory of Medical Schools, which is the WDMS, and the website would be on your screen now. You need to search for your school, and once you have located your school, you select the Sponsor Notes tab, and there, if there is a note for Canada, this indicates that your medical school meets the Canadian requirements. So what is the next step? Your next step is to verify the requirement for medical registration with the medical regulatory authorities. You can consult the website of the medical regulatory authority in the province or the territory where you would like to practice to learn about the requirements for obtaining a license. All you need to do is to go to the web page and find the province that is of interest to you. In Canada, there are 10 provinces and 3 territories. The third step for you to take is to open an account called the physiciansapply.ca. So you would need to open an account on the physiciansapply.ca. When you open this account, what you need to do, you will need to pay a one-time non-refundable fee, and you will be able to access various services and apply for the MCC exams. Your next step, you need to submit your medical credentials for evaluation. So within your physiciansapply.ca account, you can create a portfolio of your medical credentials for easy sharing with the provincial or territorial medical regulatory authorities and other organizations in the Canadian medical system. Your first step would be to submit a source verification request through your account for the medical credentials you wish to have source verified. Please note that a fee is charged for each credential that you submit for source verification. Your next step is to study with the MCC preparatory products. So passing the Medical Council of Canada qualifying examination, which is the MCCQE Part 1, is part of the requirements to meet before applying for a license to practice in Canada. You can test your readiness for the MCCQE Part 1 by purchasing the MCC preparatory products. The various products available are designed to help you familiarize yourself with questions, formats, and the exam structure, as well as some of the other tools you will see during the MCCQE Part 1 exam. All the preparatory products, questions, and answers are created by MCC subject matter experts. So this link would also be put on your screen right now. So the next thing to do is to take the Medical Council of Canada qualifying exam Part 1, which is the MCCQE Part 1. So the MCCQE Part 1 is a computer-based exam offered through the vendor Prometric at test centers in Canada and in over 80 countries and by remote proctoring. When you submit your application through your physiciansapply.ca account, the system will guide you through the process and prompt you on which documents to submit to the screen. What you need to do next, which is your final stage, is your stage or step number 7. Step number 7, you want to become a licentiate of the Medical Council of Canada, which is called the LMCC. If you have passed the MCCQE Part 1 and meet the other criteria as stated on the MCC website, then you can submit a service request through your physiciansapply.ca account to receive the LMCC. An LMCC application fee will apply. The LMCC is part of the requirement physicians need to fulfill to apply for a license to practice in Canada. So that brings us to the complete steps for you internationally trained medical graduates to practice as a physician in Canada.